Welcome to this segment of my talk show, Let's Talk with Benny Souza. I remain your friend, your host, your sister, your cousin, your table breaker, Benny Souza. Today we'll be talking about something that a lot of people shame other people for. That is, a lot of people complain, oh my God, she's a single mother, she's a single father, how does she cope, how does he or she cope, and what does the society expect of single parenting? The topic, single parenting, an accident or a thing of choice. Now, single parenting is something that involves a mother or a father taking care of the child alone. Sometimes those decisions are made not intentionally, but things that happen by accident. For instance, a lady was dating a guy and suddenly she gets pregnant. Now, a lot of people say things like she could have done something about it, or she could have removed it, she could have used the contraceptive, and they start to body shame the mother or insult the mother or insult her decision for taking care or deciding to keep the child. But I would like to say this thing: if you've ever had sex, if you've ever used contraceptive, if you are not a virgin, or you are also involved in some type of sexual activity, you do not have your rights to insult or shame a mother or a father that decides to let the other party keep their child. It is a wrong thing to do. Now, this single parenting, for instance, is becoming the norm these days, and a thing that a lot of people think they have a right to insult the other party for. Now, single parenting comes in different stages or different types. For some people, they know that the guy is married, they know that the lady is married, but they do not mind if the person has a child for them. For some people, they know that, oh, this guy is not responsible, this lady is not responsible, but the person has money, so they do not mind to be a baby mama or a baby father to such persons. Now, if you decide to do either of them, just know that once you choose the single parenting route, it means that you also need to get some level of financial capability, emotional capability, because it is not a very easy thing to raise a child alone. Now, for instance, if you say, oh, this guy is rich, I don't mind to have a child for him, that also means that if he turns his back tomorrow, you need to be able to stand on your 2 feet to take care of the financial responsibilities that comes with raising a child or children, as the case may be. Now, we have scenarios also that the parents were together and all of a sudden there was a separation or there was issues with finance, and the guy says, I no longer have money, or the lady says, I don't have money to take care of this, and the other party has, maybe they separated or they divorced, and the other party has no choice than to raise the child. Now, if you are in such scenarios, you should not transfer your anger or aggression on the child. That is saying that, oh, your father is useless or your mother is useless. For that reason, you'll be excommunicated from the parents. Now, you need to understand this, that no matter how long it takes for you to keep the child or keep the child or children away from the other parents, one day when they are of age, they will go and look for the other parents. And most times, either it's a mother or a father, they always feel very bad considering their financial investments, thinking of the money they've spent on the child, thinking of the time and the emotional stress they have to go through raising the child. So either if the baby father or the baby mama is still interested in raising the child, if the baby mama or the baby father is still interested in financially contributing to the upkeep of the child, do not restrain them from doing so. Even if you're angry they didn't marry you, even if you're angry they don't want the relationship again, do not stop them from playing the fatherly roles or motherly roles to their children, because when the chips are down someday, they will go and look for their parents, the other parents. Now, it is easy to say things like, oh, your father is useless, oh, your mother is useless, she didn't take care of you. One day, they will still look for the parents. Now, it's easy for you to take the child away from the other parents when they are still underage, they are less than 18, it is very easy. But when they clock 20, 21, 25, ready to marry, ready to graduate from the university, time for admission, they will look for the other parents. Now, if you are a mother in that scenario, you should not stop the father from playing the fatherly roles. Even if you don't want to talk to him again, let him still be involved in the upbringing of his child or of his children if he is interested. So if he's interested in financially contributing to the upkeep, please let him do so, even if you don't want to be involved with him any longer. And as a father too, if you know that I'm not interested in this mother again, I'm not interested in the mother of my kids, people make decisions for different reasons, still do not stop the mother or being involved in the child. Before I end this, I would like to do a little recap so everyone can remember everything that I said. Firstly, it is almost impossible for you to restrain a child from trying to meet the other parent when they grow older. That is why it is exceptionally very, very important that you do not transfer any form of bitterness or hate to a growing child when you're a single parent. It might be very tough considering the stress, financial stress, or the emotional trauma that you had to go through raising the child alone. But it's still very imperative that you do not transfer anger, hatred, or bitterness for the other parents that you think is not helping you in raising the child to a child that is still growing, because the adverse effects might be far-fetching. Secondly, it is rarely by choice that people decide to be a single parent. I say rarely because sometimes people choose to be single parents for financial gains or also for status. Also, if you think about this too, if you are raising a child alone as a single parent, you also have to understand that you also have to get to some level of financial capabilities. That is, you cannot solely depend on the money from the other parent. In case they decide not to stop sending you money, you have to be able to stand on your 2 feet, either as a mother or as a father. Another thing that you also have to note as a single parent is that anyone that has decided not to have their own children, anyone that has decided to abort their kids, anyone that has decided to flush theirs down the toilet, anyone that has decided that they are not yet ready to raise children, do not have a right to insult you or to shame you for deciding to have your own child, for deciding to ignore societal pressures and insults that comes with being a single parent. Anyone that has decided to use contraceptive to stop them from getting pregnant do not have a right to insult you as a single parent. So I speak to you again next time. I remain your host, your friend, Benny Souza. You can add me on Instagram at Let's Talk with Benny Souza. You can also send me an email if you have intriguing stories to share, even anonymously, at Let's Talk with Benny Souza at gmail.com. You can call my number as displayed on the screen if you have things to discuss with me or ask me questions or give me some feedbacks as regards this show. Thank you and have a lovely week ahead.